Number one, I acknowledge the importance of supporting Aboriginal people's commitment to the long-term management of West Australia's national parks. And two, notes the McGowan government's strong commitment to Aboriginal Ranger program and initiatives such as Plan for Our Parks to provide on-country employment and opportunities and investment to the joint management of conservation reserves.
Members, the question is that the motion be agreed. The Honourable Rosie Sahanna.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm here to talk about the McGowan government's commitment to working with traditional owners through a range of initiatives that provide on-country employment opportunities and investments into the joint management of West Australia's conservation estate. Traditional owners have been caring for country for thousands of years and have a special connection with their land. The connection that Aboriginal people feel with their country is tangible and offers a sense of belonging and identity. It refers not only to the land or sea, but also connections with plants and animals, also on spiritual, cultural, and emotional level. Living or working on country is about caring and learning about how it works. There are many social, health, and well-being benefits for Aboriginal people to remain connected with their country. It is proven to have a positive effect on Aboriginal people in Western Australia's Ranger program, with 70% of projects reporting an improvement in the health and overall well-being of rangers, including reduced heart and kidney disease, reduced alcohol and substance abuse, reduced mental health issues, and better nutrition. The health and well-being outcomes delivered by the Aboriginal Ranger program can be nothing short of life-changing, with an increase in employment opportunities, preservations of important cultural values, and a reconnection to family, community, land, sea, culture, and identity. The connection with country has been threatened by many Aboriginal people, by the impacts of colonisation and forced removal. And forced removal is something I'm very much aware of, being myself. My dad's been removed and my grandmother, so that's very close to home for me. The Government Labor Party's Aboriginal Ranger program is committed to restoring Aboriginal people's connection with country and focusing on the environmental benefits of restoring this through successful ongoing joint management of country, including national parks, conservation areas, and marine parks, thereby combining thousands of years of traditional knowledge with modern technologies and strategies. Several of the Ranger initiatives are administered by the Department of Biodiversity, Conservation and Attractions, including the Aboriginal Ranger Program and Plan for Our Parks. The DBCA has a long history of partnership with traditional owners and has many successful and ongoing partnerships in place for joint management and accessing and caring for country with Aboriginal people. The program has created more than 800 employment opportunities across 35 projects since its inception in 2017, 650 of those being on-country ranger jobs, with 95% of those jobs going to Aboriginal people, almost half of whom are women. The program focuses on empowering Aboriginal people and communities whilst engaging in collaborative approaches to undertaking conservation activities. It develops leadership prospects, employment and training opportunities for Aboriginal people. There are currently 16 formal joint management arrangements in place for 46 parks and reserves in Western Australia, totalling to more than 5.25 million hectares of jointly managed conservation estate. This joint management strategy has long-standing benefits for all members of the community, including non-Aboriginal people, as it fosters a truer appreciation of traditional knowledge and cultural understanding. These joint management agreements set out how traditional owners and DBCA come together to make decisions and provide recommendations on how in areas managed, including how to protect cultural heritage. It is a form of safeguarding culture and nature through meaningful work, delivering environmental results to all benefits, all Australians. The Ranger program was launched in 2017 with an initial $20 million in funding allocated to 35 successful Aboriginal Ranger projects managed by Aboriginal organisations across the state. A report evaluating the social outcomes of phase 1 of the program found it to be delivering meaningful employment and training on country, resulting in an enhanced connection to country and culture. Acknowledging the importance and success of the Aboriginal Ranger program, the McGowan government has committed an additional $66.5 million over 5 years for phase 2 of the program through to 2026. A further $16.5 million commitment will commence after phase 2 is completed, bringing the total Aboriginal Ranger program funding to allocation of $83 million. In 2022, phase 2 was co-designed with an Aboriginal reference group comprising 20 statewide representatives together with DBC. The co-design process led to the growth of the program under 3 key funding themes: development, expansion, and innovation. In 2022, $32.8 million was allocated from the department development and expansion themes. Currently, $11 million is available under the Innovation Fund for one-off projects that employ innovative ways to maximise outcomes and benefits to Aboriginal Ranger programs throughout the state. Up to $13 million will also be available under the Development Fund, which will launch late in 2023. Members may be aware of the McGowan government's Plan for Our Parks initiative announced in 2019. Plan for Our Parks to create 5 million hectares of new national parks, marine parks, and other conservation reserves in 2024. The initiative will create further on-country employment opportunities and will enhance cultural tourism in our state. Plan for Our Parks will therefore provide even more opportunities for traditional owners jointly managing country. This is working towards protecting and restoring the strong connection that is so important for Aboriginal people and traditional owners. There are currently 28 reserve proposals under Plan for Our Parks, and I'm pleased to advise the House that considerable progress has been made since the initiative was announced, with 38% of the 5 million hectare target already reached. Last year, as part of the McGowan government's commitment to Plan for Our Parks, 3 new parks in the Kimberley were announced: the Badi Jawi, Mayala, and the Milam Marine Parks cover more than 600,000 acres of the Buccaneer Archipelago and will now be jointly managed by the region's traditional owners. The creation of this marine park is an acknowledgement of traditional owners' connection with the sea and the coming of the Badi Jawi, Mayala, and Dami Bangari traditional owners, our saltwater people and carers of the sea. The Kimberley has produced many highly successful ranger programs over the past decade, and the McGowan government's ongoing investment in Aboriginal Ranger program is acknowledgement of this. Our rangers up north do an exceptional job at caring for the country. The Kimberley Rangers were even recognised overseas for their fire management skills, launching a groundbreaking project in Botswana in Southern Africa to work with local landowners in practicing successful savanna fire management. As an example of this incredible work that local rangers do on country, the coordinator of the Nulliga Rangers on Willigan country on the Gibb River late last year found a female tourist who had been lost in the area for 4 days and was severely dehydrated. If the rangers had not been on country, her chance of surviving the harsh conditions without food or water were very slim. It is a miracle that the ranger coordinator located her, and this highlights the value of having local people employed as rangers in their own traditional areas. Without the program, the coordinator and the ranger group would not have been out there, and for them not checking the area, the woman may not have been found until it was too late. Given another 24 hours, she may not have lived. The Nalaga Ranger Program commenced operation in 2020 after receiving funding from the McGowan government's Aboriginal Ranger Program. It provides training and employment for the local Nalaga men and women to conduct meaningful work on their country, protecting the native flora and fauna, managing fire, controlling weeds and feral animals, and supporting the traditional owners and looking after cultural sites and maintaining traditional knowledge and practices. The Nalaga Ranger Program is one of two Willigan Aboriginal Corporation Ranger groups. It's based northeast in the Kimberley, and the other Ranger program is actually based in the centre, the Ungud Rangers, and they do a very, very fantastic work out there. There are many examples of successful empowering groups and programs being undertaken in the Kimberley because of allocated funding from the Aboriginal Ranger Program. The Karajari Rangers, based out at Bijadanga Community, and the Nudura Rangers, based out in Fitzroy Crossing, both received funding to undertake fire management, biodiversity surveys, habitat mapping, and cultural site management as part of the Karajari Nudura Desert Fire and Biodiversity Project. The Kimberley Gidja Rangers and the Balangara Rangers, based in the East Kimberley, were also allocated funding to assist with expanding their programs and leadership opportunities, particularly for women. A significant outcome of the Aboriginal Ranger Program is the opportunities the program provides for women rangers, with specific recruitment spaces becoming available for women to step up and take the lead in caring for country and culture. There are now a record number of women rangers currently working in the Kimberley. The Badijawi and the Nyulnyul women rangers out in the Dampi Peninsula and the Kimberley received funding in 2020 from the program to undertake land and sea management, including conservation and cultural and educational activities. The Gidja Women's Program will be expanded because of funding allocation last year, and the Bunaba Women's Ranger Program was established in 2018, following funding from the Aboriginal Ranger Program. The McGowan government recognises the importance of supporting Aboriginal people's commitment to the long-term management of Western Australia's national park, and it recognises the profound knowledge of country that Aboriginal people hold. The program and initiatives such as Plan for Our Parks support the creation of on-country jobs and training opportunities for Aboriginal people to connect with and care for their country. This empowers Aboriginal people to have a say in how their country is cared for, which creates benefit for their own well-being, as well as being in the best interest of their traditional land and seas. The McGowan government's ongoing investment into the Aboriginal Ranger Program will work to inspire future generations to also learn about country and how to protect it, which will in turn build sustainable economic development in the management of West Australia's natural resources. I am proud to be part of a government that fully acknowledges the profound importance of this valuable, enriching program. Thank you.